If you're in your 50s right now, congratulations. You've likely weathered a lot of financial ups and downs. But here's the catch. Your 50s might be the most important decade of your financial life. Retirement is no longer some distant concept. It's right around the corner. And the money mistakes you make now could haunt you for the rest of your life. Gen Xers especially are in a unique position. You've lived through multiple recessions, the dot-com bubble, and the 2008 crash. But are you financially ready for the years ahead? Today, we're breaking down 10 money mistakes to avoid in your 50s. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. Number 10. Ignoring catch-up contributions. One of the biggest advantages of being in your 50s is that you can finally make catch-up contributions to retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs. For 2025, the IRS allows people aged 50 and older to contribute an extra $7,500 to their 401k and $1,000 more to IRAs. That's free money in terms of tax savings and compounding growth, yet so many Gen Xers completely ignore this opportunity. Think about it. If you maxed out catch-up contributions for just 10 years, you could add well over $100,000 to your retirement nest egg, not even counting investment growth. Skipping this is like leaving money on the table at the exact time you need it most. Ask yourself, are you really maxing out your retirement benefits, or are you sleepwalking into your 60s underprepared? Number 9. Holding on to too much debt. By your 50s, debt can become a silent killer of retirement plans. Mortgages, car loans, and especially credit card balances can drain the cash flow you need for savings. Too often, people in their 50s say, "I'll deal with it later," but later is almost here. High-interest debt in particular is devastating because it compounds against you, eating away at the very money you should be putting into investments. Even mortgages, while considered good debt, can become a burden if you're carrying them into retirement without a clear plan. Imagine retiring and still owing hundreds of thousands on your home. Does that sound relaxing? Prioritizing debt payoff in your 50s should be non-negotiable. The less you owe, the more freedom you'll have when your paycheck eventually stops. Number 8. Not having a healthcare plan. Healthcare is one of the most overlooked expenses for people in their 50s. Many assume Medicare will cover everything once they hit 65. But that's not the full story. Medicare doesn't cover long-term care, dental, vision, or many out-of-pocket costs. Fidelity estimates that a 65-year-old couple retiring today will need over $315,000 just for healthcare expenses in retirement. If you don't start preparing in your 50s by setting aside funds, considering an HSA if eligible, or researching long-term care insurance, you could be blindsided later. And here's the harsh truth. Medical issues can appear suddenly, and without a plan, they can wipe out decades of savings. Ask yourself right now, if you or your spouse had a major health issue tomorrow, how would you pay for it? If you don't like the answer, it's time to act. Number 7. Being too conservative with investments. Yes, you're closer to retirement, but going all cash or too heavy into bonds in your 50s is another common mistake. People think they're playing it safe, but in reality, they're putting their retirement at risk of running out of money. Why? Because inflation is still very real. If your portfolio isn't growing, inflation is eating your future buying power every single year. On the flip side, being reckless with risky investments is dangerous too. The goal is balance, a mix of growth assets like stocks with safer holdings like bonds and cash reserves. Think of it like a seesaw. You need stability, but also enough growth to outpace inflation. Gen Xers who play it too safe may find themselves struggling in their 70s. Do you really want your future self to regret not letting your money work harder in your 50s? Number 6. Neglecting estate planning. Nobody likes to talk about estate planning, but in your 50s, it's absolutely essential. This isn't just about writing a will. It's about making sure your assets are protected and your family isn't left in financial chaos if something happens to you. Do you have updated beneficiaries on retirement accounts, a healthcare proxy, a durable power of attorney? Too many people skip this step, thinking it's only for the elderly or ultra-wealthy. But without proper estate planning, your loved ones could be left fighting through probate court, losing money to taxes, or worse, fighting each other. The good news: estate planning doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Even simple steps like setting up a trust or updating your will can make a massive difference. Are you prepared, or are you leaving your family to clean up financial messes after you're gone? Number 5, delaying Social Security planning. Many people in their 50s don't give serious thought to Social Security, assuming they'll figure it out later. But the choices you make now can determine how much you actually receive for the rest of your life. Did you know claiming benefits early at 62 can slash your monthly check by up to 30% compared to waiting until full retirement age? On the other hand, delaying until age 70 can increase your benefits significantly. The mistake isn't just about when to claim, it's about not running the numbers for your unique situation. Factors like spousal benefits, life expectancy, and whether you plan to keep working all matter. Failing to plan ahead can mean missing out on tens of thousands of dollars over your retirement. Are you prepared to make one of the most important financial decisions of your life, or are you going to wing it? Number 4, underestimating inflation. Inflation may not sound dramatic, but it's one of the deadliest threats to your retirement security. If you're in your 50s, you might retire in 10 to 15 years and live another 20 or 30 after that. At just 3% inflation, prices double every 24 years. That means the $60,000 lifestyle you live on today could require over $120,000 when you're in your 70s or 80s. Yet, too many Gen Xers build retirement budgets assuming today's costs will stay the same. That's a dangerous fantasy. To protect yourself, you need investments that grow faster than inflation and a strategy to adjust your spending over time. Ignoring inflation is like pretending gravity doesn't exist. It will catch up to you, and the fall will be hard. Are you preparing for tomorrow's prices, or just hoping inflation magically disappears? Number 3, helping adult children too much. This one is tough because it comes from love. Many Gen X parents are still financially supporting their adult children, whether it's paying for college, helping with rent, or bailing them out of debt. While it feels good in the moment, it can wreck your own retirement. Remember, your kids can take out loans for school, get side hustles, and build their own futures. You cannot take out a loan for retirement. Countless parents in their 50s drain their 401ks or delay retirement just to help their kids, only to find themselves struggling later. Of course, helping family isn't wrong, but it needs boundaries. Set clear limits, offer guidance instead of cash, and put your oxygen mask on first. Because if you can't support yourself later, your kids may end up financially supporting you. Are you sacrificing your future security for your children's short-term needs? Number 2, ignoring long-term care costs. Long-term care is one of the biggest financial blind spots for people in their 50s. We all like to believe we'll stay healthy forever, but statistics say otherwise. About 70% of people over 65 will need some form of long-term care. And here's the kicker: Medicare doesn't cover most of it. Assisted living in home care or nursing homes can cost tens of thousands of dollars per year. Without a plan, this can wipe out your savings almost overnight. The mistake many make is waiting until their 60s or 70s to address it, when options like long-term care insurance are either unaffordable or unavailable. Planning in your 50s gives you flexibility. Even setting aside savings earmarked for care can make a huge difference. Ask yourself, if you needed help tomorrow, who would pay for it? If you don't like the answer, it's time to take action. Number 1, thinking it's too late. Perhaps the most dangerous mistake of all is giving up before you even start. Too many Gen Xers in their 50s believe it's too late to save, invest, or change their habits. They think, I'll never catch up, so they do nothing. and that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The truth? Even small changes in your 50s can add up. Catch-up contributions, downsizing your home, cutting unnecessary expenses, or delaying retirement just a few years can make a massive difference. Compound growth still works in your 50s. It's not too late, unless you decide to do nothing. Remember, retirement isn't about having the perfect plan from your 20s. It's about making the best moves with the time you have left. Are you going to keep making excuses or take control of your future today? Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these mistakes do you see most often among your friends or family? And are you guilty of making any of them yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more financial tips designed to help you thrive in every stage of life. Your future self will thank you.